it comes right after that she got captured. And it's because it's too painful for her. You know, she'd rather forget that very extremely bad part of her life where she was chained to a damn wall in a castle, you know, until she finally recanted and signed a confession, and then they tricked her the next day and burned her anyway. But the time that I had to quit reading and can't even watch a movie about it is about the time that she was captured by the English or the Burgundians or whoever. You know, that's it. There isn't any going on from there for me because I can't read it because she'll cry through my eyes so hard.
When they burned her, you told me that her heart would not burn.
Right, her heart would not burn.
And they tried to burn it again and again.
They tried 3 or 4 times to burn it before they threw it in the river.
That had to be pretty unreal for them.
Well, you want to know something? Right? And this is really going to sound messed up, but my second wife, the mother of 3 of my children, her uncle is the man with the world's strongest teeth.
With the world's strongest what?
Teeth.
Okay.
He was crippled, and then he had to learn how to, you know, he started pulling himself along before he got the ability to start walking again and everything. So he got his jaws really strong. So he used to go around and pull trains with his jaws and let people hang from his jaws as they shot arrows. And he even picked up a couple of, you know, of women. You know, anyway, it's one of these things that's in Ripley's Believe It or Not. But so since that's their kid's uncle, we had this stuff, you know, things that we had that had been Xeroxed and kept in a file so that someday the kids would say, see here, your great uncle had the world's strongest teeth. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. All right,
okay.
His name is Joe Ponder. I think it's Joe. But isn't that it? Wasn't it Uncle Joe, Gabriel? Had the world's strongest teeth? Yeah. Joe Ponder. You can look it up. But after I got back and I was giving this stuff to the kids and showing it to them, I looked on there, and on the same Ripley's Believe It or Not page that Joe Ponder was on, right above him, is Joan of Arc. And it says, they burned her, but her heart wouldn't burn. Now, I know that maybe that is only significant to me, but, I mean, it's still, you know, it's one of those things, you know how we like to go down the garden path, and then finally wind up back at the patio?
Yeah.
That's, you know, just the significance, just the coincidence, the beautiful coincidence, I love it, of that, and the fact that, you know, I didn't even realize it at the time, because I wasn't even, you know, wasn't even paying no attention to Joan of Arc, you know, shit. I was looking at the Joe Ponder part. That, you know, once I pulled it back out and saw it was on the same page. Help me, somebody. Shut me up. Somebody else start talking.
No, I've got them all muted. It's just me.
Man, fuck.
No,
I'm sorry. Oops. Okay.
Okay. So you're in New Orleans. You're doing relief work. This invisible girlfriend is giving you information about Joan of Arc.
No.
Okay.
She wasn't giving me she was telling me about herself, yes, but the information was total. I mean, you know, as far as what we were supposed to be doing was totally different. I mean, you know, it wasn't. She did not drag me to New Orleans for me to find out who she was. That was just one of the happy, you know, side effects of it. She dragged me to New Orleans to do a certain thing because she needed to be there, but she needed my hands to do it. Okay?
And What was that?
Well, I've kind of written something down about it, and David can tell you that he saw part of it, what I did in Camp Katrina, which was just totally amazing to me.
Well, is this what they had some of the video of from the Day of the Dead?
The Day of the Dead was my introduction, okay? It was my introduction to David. That's the day we met.
Okay.
All right, but Joanie had walked me from OPT back to the French Quarter. I didn't even know which way to go. Okay, I was just on foot, and I was asking people, which way is the French Quarter? And they're like, we're not from here either. We don't the hell know. So I was walking past these the housing projects, those beautiful red brick housing projects that they had to tear down.
Yeah.
And there was all kinds of stuff out there in the yard, and every time I'd carry a bag, and then I'd pick a bunch of stuff up, and then I'd have to find a bigger bag, and then I'd pick a bunch of stuff up, and then I'd have to find a bigger bag. But the thing about it was everything was right there on the street. Everything was, the whole place is gutted. But
yeah.
One of the things that I was picking up was hair dye. I found a bunch of hair dye, and she said, pick it up. I'm like, what? Am I gonna have to hide now? Am I have to change my identity? Why do you want me to dye my hair? She says, just shut up and pick it up. Well,
Okay.
Yeah. So I did. All right. I picked up all this hair dye. I was like, why am I? All these things right here I'm picking up that I think I need. You're asking me to pick up this crap that just seems totally useless to me.
Yeah.
So I did. Well, got back to the French Quarter, and got me a job at the laundromat. And then come November 2nd, the Day of the Dead, I went to, it was actually a peace meeting. It was, we all gathered in front of the cathedral and had a prayer for peace, had a peace rally.
Now, when you say we all gathered, would this be visible and invisible people?
Well, sure. Yeah, it was a
it's
real
New Orleans,
Ask Dave. Yeah, it was a real gathering, and
okay.
So
I'm not sure David's on with us anymore. I don't see his phone lit up. I think he might have somehow dropped.
Okay, well I'm outside anyway.
Okay.
So about that time, here comes the Day of the Dead parade, and I'd never seen a Day of the Dead parade before. I don't know if you understand. Halloween is All Hallows Eve. Then you have All Saints Day, and then you have All Souls Day. And on